Ruben Amorim has two clear messages all the time. Press conferences, you can see it in the training videos, all stuff like that. His messages are always along the lines of bonding and something to do with physicality, keeping up. And whether you want to call that with, I don't know, fitness, in terms of just naturally being athletic, all stuff like that, getting up to date, that's his messages. We've got a couple videos to even prove that, and that you've probably heard them before. And it's just always interesting because we all know Manchester United in the past who have a bad atmosphere, bad dressing rooms overall, not always great. His whole message is bonding. And from that as well, you can go back to Sporting Lisbon, and if you hear a couple fans that were the way they were talking about Amorim, he used to do the exact same thing. And not only that, something I think like everyone has gathered and everyone's taken to as well. He just loves Matias Cunha. And how can you not? With the guy, he's just, he's going to be a fan favorite, isn't he? And he's had two clear messages about him as well, which we're going to show in a second. But before we do that, make sure you like and subscribe. And also, like and subscribe. Anywho, let's get straight into it. This is Ruben Amorim talking about bonding. And this is what he had to say.
To build a bond between the players, and that I think we need that really hard. Then the physical aspect to build.
See, as you can see, all he's doing is talking about the team, bonding, togetherness. You see it in training photos, whether they're happy, smiling. And the funny thing is, he said that before the game, or basically before the West Ham game, and also afterwards as well, all he wants is togetherness. He wants the team to be a team. And can you blame him? Because we haven't exactly been a team in a long while, and especially not consistently. You might get 1 year where it was the first year under Oli, or the first year under Mourinho, or first year under Ten Hag. Now, I feel like Amorim's whole principles is definitely something around man management, knowing how to manage the players. He's also spoken about players that want to be here in the right now, and he's frozen a few players out, the one they called the bomb squad, and maybe select others we just don't know about anymore. But from that, he's got a clear message. And you know what? I don't really blame him. And then the second one, he's talking about, great teams. And let's have a look.
In any team, if you see the best teams in the world, you feel the bond between all the players, and think that is really important. Then in any team.
So once again, it's the exact same kind of message, bonding. And anything you're going to go see through this pre-season, he's always keen on having good pre-seasons. That's his message before. Even through the season, he was talking about bonding. You can't necessarily blame him. All we've ever wanted, pretty much within forever, is just the team to start acting like a team. And I honestly, like, whenever we go on that pitch and we always talk about tactics and everything, it always comes down in the end to like, oh, what's the structure? Oh, what does this coach have any tactics? Why can't he coach? Every time we get a manager, why can't he coach? We haven't had a good coach since Louis van Gaal. I mean, give the man a chance, right? But that's the way I stand on it. Not a lot of Man United fans are actually in favour of the likes of Ruben Amorim, but through this preseason, we only can go off one game or two games, at that. And whether it's Leeds or whether it's the likes of West Ham recently, you see relationships. And that's been worked on in training, because when you heard the commentators from the MUTV, I can't remember their names, to be fair. Is it Andy Mitten? I don't know if he's one of them. He was talking about that he got what was it called? You got told about, we're going to see something from training happening on the pitch. And that only comes through bonding, right? Because you have to create relationships. You have to create relationships with your peers as well, whether you're in defence, whether you're in central midfield, who can see pretty much the whole field, or even up front. You've got to provide these relationships. Without that, we're going to collapse. But with one man he's spoken about, obviously, which we just previously mentioned, is Matias Cunha. And To be fair, he had
In
quite
any
a lot
team, if you
to say about him, and you can't help but just smile.
Matias Cunha is that kind of player that can help us a lot because he can run with the ball. Matias Cunha.
So that's where we got from that. Like, play multiple positions, does a lot, and it's something that we lacked last season. And it's from when we lacked last season, I can't lie. Come on, people. It's you can clearly see what the missing piece was. At least one of them through Matias Cunha. The fact that he drops deep to collect the ball, to help the midfield, he's going to be Amorim's dream. In all of this, I can't see how Matias Cunha does not thrive. I think he's going to be a well-beater in a Man United team, as long as we provide the tools for Amorim and also Cunha to do what they do best. There's a lot of calls for him to go up front, which we might see throughout the season, but there needs to be a lot more. And Ruben Amorim also had something to say, even through his influence in the dressing room, which I found kind of funny.
Matias Cunha is...
Have a little look.
He played more or less in the same system in the last club. He's a top player, can play in different positions. He's really loud in the dressing room.
Is he?
He's Brazilian.
Already, he's a loud character in the dressing room, and that's exactly what we want to be hearing as Manchester United fans. We want to see leaders all over the pitch. We want to see someone that's going to take the game to the scruff of the neck and drag their teammates along with it. Now, you can't get that if you don't have the physicality in your side, because you can't keep up, which he obviously talks about quite a lot, but also the bonding stuff, creating relationships on the pitch. Where we have someone that can drop deep. We've seen it against West Ham. We've seen it against Leeds. And, the turn of pace is just, it's blistering, isn't it? We ain't had that at United. I don't know since Paul Pogba. But even then, there's a little bit more of there's something more to his step. He's got definitely more acceleration. And when you do add the likes of Mbumo and the rest of them that need to come in the door, who knows what we might see on the pitch. We need to see more. We've got a test against Bournemouth. Now, all of this could just be gone in an instant. But I'm not really fussed about the result. With Amorim, that he can trust Matias Cunha, I feel like we can also trust him. He wants to win. He's hungry. He's gone to a big club once again. He had his move to Atletico. Didn't work out the way he thought it would work out. Maybe because Simeone's got a different kind of way of playing. But in terms of expressing himself in a similar system as Amorim said, then he should fit like a glove. I do wonder what is to come if he's going to build upon that season he had at Wolves and maybe do even better. It's just, again, it's just all a mystery. But right now, there's a lot of positive signs at Man United. And right now, with the training, there seems to be something happening on the field where, maybe this is time where we're going to start seeing more attacks, where we're going to see a lot more in terms of just being direct and not just passing around the back 24/7. But there's a lot of work to do. And, it all starts with pre-season. Start as good as you finish, and who knows how the season may end. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that. I've tried something a little brand new, trying to incorporate videos rather than just talking to a screen. Smash the likes, we appreciate it, helps a lot. And yeah, there should be a press conference and training, I believe. I don't know if it's tomorrow, but there's a live training tomorrow, so watch out for that one. In a bit.